Hello everyone, today I'll talk about Visual Builder Studio and development lifecycle. I'll show you how you could push change from UI development to Git and how the build process starts automatically and everything runs on virtual machine which is spinned up on Oracle Cloud infrastructure. Let me switch to my web browser and you can see a Visual Builder Studio homepage. And also I have access to Oracle Cloud infrastructure where I run a virtual machine for the studio, which is attached to the studio. It's using shape VM standard. And it seems like this shape is the recommended one to run a built environment for the studio. I was trying to set up virtual machine with the micro one, which comes with always free offering from cloud infrastructure, but I got error and this VM was not provisioned for the studio. So it seems like you need more powerful VM for the studio, like standard one. So here I have a project, sandbox project, which I created in studio environment. And to be able to run builds, you need to link your studio with Oracle Cloud infrastructure with OCI, and you need to provide all the details for the account, and then you get the connection. As soon as you connect to OCI, you can create virtual machines. So over here, I already created virtual machine which runs and serves the build process in my case. And if I would open create new VM dialog, you would see that you have option to select number of VMs you want to create, VM template. There are 3 templates, and I was using the one which says for Visual Builder. Probably this is the one that offers more functionality for the Studio Edition, I guess by the name. And I select the region, and then you can select the shape. I'm using standard one, as I said, that I was trying to use micro shape for always free offering, but it was not working with that VM. Probably it's too small, and you need more powerful VM to run built infrastructure. Okay, and so I got virtual machine which is up and running, and by the way, you can see log related to this VM if you want. And then I would go to project home. Over here, I can access my application and do UI changes for the application through the Visual Builder UI editor. Then there's option to access Git, so I get all the source code for the application through here. And what's interesting is builds section. And as soon as you create a virtual machine on a template for Visual Builder, you get 2 predefined jobs for the build environment. You don't need to create build jobs yourself, so this comes very handy and saves time. So there are 2 jobs. One is package job and deploy job. For the package job, it's very basic. When I went there and went to configuration section, and I just selected repository, sandbox, Git, and master branch for this job. Nothing else. All the rest works automatically. For visual application deploy, I also went to configuration. In the same way, I selected the same repository and master branch. And then I went to the steps, and there I need to provide username and password for the user, which can actually access and deploy to Visual Builder instance, so that application would be deployed. If you don't provide credentials here, then the job would fail. Okay, and those 2 jobs are automatically triggered when there's a change pushed to master Git repository. And another option is environments. So you see which Visual Builder instance is running. In my case, this one, SRI VB, and there is a deployment section. And under deployment section, you get access to all the applications that were deployed previously by the build system to that instance, and you can access those applications from here. Okay, so let's do a quick test, and let's open Visual Builder UI. in order to do a change. Opening workspace. Okay, workspace is loaded, and let's open main flow and let's open main page. Okay, we got the main page, and let's do some basic change. Let's change it to this text to be dashboard. And text is updated, and now let's push this change to Git, and let's see how the build process will be triggered. And by the way, we can do a quick test here to see that change is correctly applied. Yeah, it's displayed dashboard, fine. So let's try to push it. Let's publish our changes. And what I like here, comparing to previous versions of Visual Builder, previously application deployment and staging was handled through Visual Builder UI environment, and it was kind of like a black box. Now you get all the source code externally in the Git repository, which runs through Studio environment, and you publish code there. And this means you can anytime get all the source code and run it in different environment if you want. Now I need to add commit message. I'll add something like basic test. Publish changes. Okay, changes were deployed. And now we can go back to Visual Builder Studio. Let's go to builds. And over here we see that there's one build, the first one, packaging build is running. And the result of this build should be an artifact, which will be taken by second job, and it should be deployed to the Visual Builder instance. And by the way, you could also take the same artifact, download it to your machine, and you could run it locally if you want, or deploy it to some another environment. And if your application, Visual Builder application, doesn't use some functionality from Visual Builder like security or business components, then probably your application could run standalone, and you don't need to have Visual Builder backend to run the application in those cases. Which is great, because if you're using external services, REST services, and you want to build UI, which you would like to host on your own server, not on Visual Builder, then you can do that. But then just keep in mind that you would need to take care for the security yourself. Okay, package job is done, and now deploy job is running. And if I would go to package job and check the artifacts, I see that this artifact is available, and I can actually download this. And goes to downloads folder. This is a source archive. If I go to sources, there's a web apps, and this is the basic app, the one which I was changing. And this is the index page, the root one. And let's see, there's a main start page. And if I open this, this is exactly the place where change was implemented, the dashboard. So as you see, you have access to the source code on your own environment. It's not a black box anymore. Let's go back to jobs, and we see that the last deployed job was successful just now, and it's complete. So now we can go to environments, deployments, and we see that application was updated just now. And I can copy this link, and I could go to another session, another browser, to make sure that there's no context being passed between the browser tabs or something like that. And I just open completely fresh application, and it loads fine. So this is application which is granted anonymous access. So that's why it doesn't ask for username and password. Otherwise, Oracle Cloud login screen would be displayed, and you would need to enter username and password for the user who could access the application based on the permissions. Okay, so this is a quick overview of Oracle Visual Builder and development lifecycle. And it looks to me like team did a great job, and the process is very clear, and there are no errors, no problems with setup, and you can get up and going very quickly. So it's a good job from Oracle Visual Builder team. So thanks, guys, and see you next time. Bye.